Hi guys, Darth Deuces here with another action figure review. I'm trying a different setup for an area for doing my videos, so I'm gonna, hopefully it's a little bit better than what I've been doing before, we'll see. But anyways, I'm going to be reviewing a figure I just got in the mail today, and it is the Mezco 1/12 collective scale zoom or reverse flash figure. This is my first Mezco figure. Mezco is an interesting brand, kind of doing like sort of like scaled down, like half scaled sideshow-ish like figures in a way. Their figures use actual fabric or soft goods for most of the costumes, whenever it depends on the character, obviously. But yeah, it's an interesting line. And the one figure that really stood out for me was Reverse Flash. He's one of my favorite DC villains, and I really wanted a really good figure of him. And Mezco definitely produced one. I got this guy for a pretty good price. I got him for $60 Canadian on Amazon.ca, which is really good. And I think he's not too bad of a price on the American site as well. Anyways, let's take a look at him in the packaging first. As you can see, you get sort of the classic, or not the classic, but the style of the Mezco packaging. You get a box here, which is basically decorated with the logo of the character. In this case, the box is yellow with the black and red symbol of the Reverse Flash. You've got the 1/12 collective on the top. You got you can't really see there. You got the PX previews exclusive sticker there. I guess this was an exclusive. I didn't even know that. You got Zoom on the corner there. DC Comics logo on top. You got 1/12 collective. You got Zoom there, and then you got the logo again. On the back, you've got some images of the figure, which look pretty good. And you got the same thing on the side, and not much on the bottom. And this is actually a sleeve, so you can actually, it's a bit finicky to do, but you can slide that off, and you get the box, which is on the outside. It's completely the same. It's just a sort of a slightly less bright yellow, but it's the same, except for the fact that you can open up that right there via a magnet. You can open that up, and you've got the figure inside, and he's covered with a plastic thing to protect the figure. And yeah, it's quite cool. You got this really cool image of Reverse Flash, like a silhouette image of him on the side there, and then you've got the figure in the packaging itself with all of his accessories and whatnot. As you can see, the figure is quite a bit smaller than the actual box, which is kind of funny, but I guess it's to accommodate the stand and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get this guy cracked open. We'll take a closer look at the figure. Alright, now I have Reverse Flash out of the packaging, and this is a really cool figure. I like it a lot. It's not without flaws, of course. Figures are rarely perfect. This guy's no exception to that. But it's a really, really cool figure. It's definitely the best Reverse Flash action figure that has been produced, to my knowledge. I'd say I don't have the DC Collectibles one. It's definitely better than that. Not like that figure's bad or anything, but it definitely is better than that. It does most things right for me. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we'll take a look at the sculpt, and we'll take a look at that head sculpt first, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the sculpt's really nice. The cowl or the mask looks really good. It's got sort of the sculpted lines for like the zigzags or whatever. And you've got the wings on his ears, which are painted red, which look really good. His eyes are really cool. He's got black eyes with red pupils, which does look really evil and looks really quite good. I like that a lot. He also has this pretty nice, not so nice, grimace, sort of bad guy grimace looking thing. He definitely looks pissed off. And I love the paint apps around the face to really give it a realistic look. It looks really, really good. And the majority of the figure is soft goods, this soft goods sort of material, which doesn't look too bad, but it might off-put some people for the reason that the soft goods don't really go well with the plastic parts, like the gauntlets, the cowl, and the boots. The boots aren't too bad, but the boots are all plastic, where the rest is cloth, where usually when you see the Reverse Flash, like the gloves and the boots and the cowl are all a one-piece suit, or at least they look like a one-piece suit. And this one, the plastic parts are obvious to tell from the cloth parts, and it sort of looks like he's wearing onesie pajamas or something like that. It's not too bad because I like the character and whatnot. It's easy to look past it. It's not, and again, like I said, it's not terrible, but it is noticeable. The soft goods themselves, though, is a really nice material. It's actually sort of sparkly yellow, but it's pretty good. It is a little bit of a darker yellow than the cowl and the gloves. It's just but it's not too bad. You can see the muscular body underneath is pretty well defined underneath the soft goods, the fabric. It doesn't look too bad or anything like that. You do got the reverse flash logo in plastic on the chest there, which is really cool with the red and the black paint. It's very clean. The gloves are also really clean with the red around the trim there. It looks pretty good. He's got bald-fisted hands, or that's how he comes packed with the bald punching fists on. He does have this belt, which is connected to the fabric at the back. It kind of moves a bit freely. It might get a little annoying for some people. It's not attached to the front, which would have been nice, but I kind of understand why they didn't do that as well to allow for the leg movement. Then you got the legs, you can see the kneecap stuff, so that's pretty cool. I like that. And you got the boots, which look really good. You got the red paint. You got the black little wings sculpted there, which I never actually noticed he had. And then you got some nice black wash in the bottom of the feet. It looks like he's actually been running in them, so that's pretty cool as well. And you got tread, sand, peg holes at the bottom of the feet, so that's really cool. Yeah, overall look-wise, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, like I said, there are some minor flaws with using a soft goods sort of suit piece, but it's not too bad. For me, it's easy to look past. For some people, it might not be, and I completely understand that. Moving on, because I've been prattling on enough, I'll go on with articulation, which is really good. He has a ball joint at the head, so you can look all the way up, look all the way down, rotate, and a pretty damn good pivot, so that's really cool. He's got ball hinges at the shoulders. The soft goods stretch out relatively nicely. It looks a little awkward if you go all the way up like that, but it's not too bad. And you can move up and you can rotate. And the soft goods, they're pretty sturdy. It's meant to stretch, so... Though at the same time, I would be careful and wouldn't force it if you don't have to. You got swivel at the bicep, a double hinge at the elbow, a hinge at the wrist, as well as a swivel. He has a torso joint which crunches, pivots a little bit, and rotates a bit. Doesn't go all the way around or anything. He might have I can't tell. He has a ball joint at the hips, so you can kick all the way out, kick back just a little bit, and the spread, is decent. He doesn't really need to spread any farther, so that's good. There's a swivel at the bicep, or the thigh, I'm pretty sure. A double hinge at the knee, which moves quite good. And a swivel at the boot. And hinge at the ankles with rockers. So, he's got all the articulation you want. If you play around with it enough, you can get him in the running poses as well, which is really cool. But you do get accessories and whatnot to help with that, so it's not really too bad. And speaking of accessories, we'll go on to accessories, and he comes with a decent amount. First thing I'd actually like to mention, which I didn't even realize he came with, this might be standard for all Mezcos, I'm assuming it is. You actually get this little baggie with a little label on it. I think it's actually a baggie to store as accessories. I'm not 100% sure if that's what it's for, but I'm assuming that's what it's for. That's actually really thoughtful, so that's cool. I like that. Moving reverse slash. Off the side there, you do get a display stand, which is pretty nice. It's just a circle, but you've got the reverse flash logo on there. And you've got this clear display stand, flight stand, whatever you want to call it. You can rotate it at the base. You can move it at the very bottom here. You can move it here. You can move it there, and you can also rotate this as well as close it, open and close it. And that will definitely help you get your running poses without having to rely on the figure's balance. You can just clamp them on there and you don't really have to worry about them falling over, which is great. Aside from the hands that he's packed in with, which is the punching hands, as you can see here, he comes with two other sets of hands. You get sort of some reaching hands, and you get some running hands. So that's really cool. You get the hands that you need. He also comes with this alternate hand piece, which is the sort of whirlwind kind of thing, which is really cool. It's in a translucent yellowish. It kind of gets lighter when you move it up. It just plugged onto his hands, so if I see if I can do this real quick, You can just pop off the hands. They pop off pretty easily. Pop it on. And then there you go. You can have a reverse flash doing the tornado thing, which is really cool. Despite being a pretty hefty hunk of plastic, I mean, it doesn't make him top heavy, but his arm won't fall down. His arm will hold the weight, which is really, really cool. So I like that a lot. That's cool. That accessory was also included with the flash figure from what I saw. All the hands come on and off really easily, but they don't feel like they're going to break or anything. The pegs are not too long, and they look like they're at a good thickness. So that's really cool. And then the last accessories that are my favorite, which you can probably see, is he comes with the Speed Force effects for running. So you get 2 arm ones, which are really cool. They're sculpted in translucent red, which gets lighter as they go further out, which is really cool. And you get 2 leg pieces, which is also really cool. And you can do these, obviously, to get your running poses, so I will do that for you if I can figure out how it works. Because I actually haven't done this yet, so I apologize if I'm gonna suck here. I think what's nice to do is if you take off the hands, I kind of want to put the running hands on anyways, you can kind of slide those in like that. And we'll put the running hand on. Maybe. Come on. You son of a bitch. Now it doesn't want to. Now it doesn't want to. I might be putting this on the wrong hand, honestly. The joint keeps wanting to move. I'll pause this and actually get her done. Alright, I got reverse flashed with the lightning effects on and on his display stand. And I have to say, this looks really impressive. I really like how this looks a lot. You can get, like I said, you can get the running poses, and you can put him on the stand, and he's, I'm moving around like this. He is not moving, which is great. You will have to pose around the stand a little bit, but it looks really, really good. You have some multiple options for these things. The leg ones just clip right on his legs, and they're not hard to get on him at all. The arm ones clip on too. They can be a little bit of a pain, but they're not too bad. It's pretty intuitive how they go. And it just looks so good. If I can just get a better angle here. I'm definitely going to be taking some photos of this guy, but it's just a really, really nice looking piece. I think it's a great sculpt. You got a great articulation, and you've got a ton of really nice accessories to go with this guy, which makes him the definitive reverse flash figure, and just a really great piece. Overall, I would definitely recommend this figure. If you're not a fan of the Flash, and if you're not a fan of Reverse Flash, this is probably an easy pass, because you just won't be as excited about this figure as I am. But if you are a fan of the Flash, and you're a fan of Reverse Flash, you'll love this figure, guaranteed. And if you can get it for a good price, like I said, I got mine for $60. You can get it for 70 or under. I think it's definitely worth the price. An absolutely fantastic figure. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will see you all in the next video.